Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's Noble Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Divine Barrel Brewing Company out of Charlotte, North Carolina. This beer is called Let's Get Squanched. It is I assume that's a reference to Rick and Morty, but I'm not sure. It's a Berliner Weiss style ale with cherry and key lime, so I guess it's supposed to be like the key lime uh, lemonade, or sorry, cherry limeade at Sonic. Um, and it is 4.6 ABV. I've not had this yet. I know Resident Culture just did one of these recently, which is funny that this came out right after theirs, but see how this one compares to that one. So of course it's going to be red. Obviously, lime juice doesn't really have a color. It is a very deep ruby red to almost a purple color with a nice pink head. That's interesting because the Resident Culture one was very lime forward. It was a lot more lime than cherry. This one's kind of the opposite. This is big time cherry, but it's not like tart Balaton or Montmorency. It's almost like, I don't know. It's like deep. Some of those like really dark, deep red, like sweeter cherries. There's a little bit of lime too, but it's a lot more cherry. That is a lot better than the Resident Culture one. And it's rare that I would say that because I like both breweries a lot, don't get me wrong, but I generally like Resident Culture better than Divine Barrel as a whole. But to me, this is what that cherry lime combination is supposed to taste like. Because lime is just such a stronger flavor. It's supposed to be mostly cherry with just a kick. With a, it's supposed to be mostly cherry with some acidity from the lime and just a kick of lime flavor, and that's pretty much what this is. And I said in the aroma, it was more like those deep, dark red cherries, the sweeter ones, but the flavor in this is kind of more like pie cherries, which works with the lime a lot. Yeah, this is definitely a lot closer to the the Sonic drink. If that's what they're trying to go for, which I usually anytime I see cherry lime, I'm assuming it's kind of, I don't want to say ripping it off, but trying to emulate that. And I think it's just because the cherries have that peelan. The cherries have that cherry pie filling character. That there's something on the back end here that I would just generally assume is like a graininess from the kettle sour, but to me, because of the cherries, it's almost coming off as like pie crust. Um, I actually like this more than any of the cobbler beers that they did, or the Perception is spoon fed, which is interesting because I like those too, but I like this more than those. Maybe because it doesn't have the vanilla and lactose. I just like the straight cherry flavor. I don't know. This one just seems cleaner and easy to drink. I also like the fact that like most of the acidity that it has seems to be coming from the lime. Doesn't seem like the base beer itself is super tart, which is good, and it makes it easier to drink for sure. Um, yeah, this is one of the better like fruited kettle sours I've had in a while, so I'm impressed. Uh, I don't know if there's really too much else to say about it because it's cherry and lime and a little bit of the like pie crust flavor. Not much beyond that. But on my scale of buy, drink, dump, I'm going to give this one a buy. A lot of these I just give a drink because they're kind of run of the mill. But this one is very very well done for what it's supposed to be, and I think this would go very well with like a piece of cherry pie or something like that. This is truly a dessert beer without actually being like most of the time when you hear dessert beers, you think of something that's like overly sweet. This isn't super sweet. It's just the flavors that are there are very desserty, in my opinion, without being overly sweet or artificial. So I would for sure buy this again. But I think that's all I got on this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.